So what we are building is called Atlantis. It's like a social network because we believe that legacy social networks are are different. I don't like to call them social networks anymore because they are not. They are social media platforms. They are companies that are mass media producers. As you said, most of us are consumers, even though anyone can produce in those social media platforms. But then they are run by their own algorithms. And if you produce content that is not aligned with their agenda, it will not be shown because it's
Yes. Freedom of
it's
speech is not freedom of reach.
I like that. And talking back to the cost of producing and all that, like any employee on Twitter with a little bit of high rank of authority can enter my Twitter account and change whatever I posted. So that's why if you're following me on Twitter, why should you trust me? Because maybe you're reading something I didn't read. Because they're private companies, and even though they can tell you that they store your passwords encrypted with whichever unbreakable encryption system, I build startups. I've been building startups for 10 years, and I know how you can store safely a password that I will never be able to see. But I know how using a hash of it I can enter to any account because I've done that before. And
Wow.
I've read messages from my users. And my motive was to learn from those messages to build a better tool. And that's ultimately the goal I think that these platforms are using. But it is like this until I change my mind. So what we are building is we're building a social network that goes back to the origin. It's not, we are not competing to send you or to bombard you with a lot of ads or with fake news or with any other ideas or political ideas that we might have. Because we are building Atlantis on top of this protocol called Nostr that we Bitcoiners like a lot because it's open source. And if you don't like what I'm doing on Atlantis, you as a user can pack your bags. And when I mean pack your bags, it means pack all your follower list, pack all your following list, pack all your likes, pack all your comments, and bring them to another social network that uses the same underlying protocol. You cannot do that with Instagram. You cannot bring all your follower list from Instagram to Twitter. That's not how it's built. It's built so they create like these defensive modes so they can be as big as possible. So once they have created these network effects, you feel like, all right, you know what? I'm going to stay here, even though I don't like the new rules of the house, because maybe now Instagram doesn't let you post these things, or maybe when you post things, they shadow ban you. Because of all the effort that you've put on building your credibility on one network, you'll stay there forever. And this is the difference that we've been, the underlying principles that we have added to Atlantis.